Welcome to Iowa Speedway. Qualifying just getting started for the Frisbie Racing Truck Series. You see the four of Casey Graves rolling out onto the track. There's Jake Lawrence in the 68. Stick with the four. Casey Graves, one of our playoff trucks. Playoff start tonight. 12 drivers have 4 weeks to lock into the final four. They can only do it on points. Wins do not get them in. So the four best drivers over the next 4 weeks. Save the off week for Halloween. We let them off that Thursday. So the next 6 Thursdays will be entertaining. 5 of them with racing, 1 of them with Halloween. To watch the four Casey Graves make his way around the track on his first time lap. Go on board the number 4 True Speed Toyota. First lap. First one in, so he is on provisional pole. Down the backstretch. Into turn 3. See which line he chooses. Enters a little higher than the rubber compound. Looks like he's going to keep it above that seam. Gets a little out of shape. Big time out of shape. He's out of the throttle, and it's probably going to be lap 1 for Casey Graves, and it is. Second lap slower for him. Got Jake Lawrence in P2. Scott Rankin in the 60 jumps up to P3. Grant Harrell, the tied forward in 4th. Wolfenbarger currently rides 5th on his first effort. See if he can pick up a lap 2. Hayden Lowell's second lap goes to the top of the charts. We're watching the 32 Shenandoah Shine playoff machine. Second lap is quicker for Wolfenbarger, but does not improve position. Remains 6th. Cody Brown and his 17 Toyota goes 7th. Margison 8th. Downey 9th. See Quinn Newton sitting there on the pit lane. Andrew Beach out on track with 71. Orange on the spoiler. Front windshield banner, rear windshield banner, and the front splitter indicating playoff trucks this season for the Frisbie Racing Truck Series. And Beach qualifies at 9th and heads to the pit lane. Brad Wilson, 51 truck, jumps up to the front row alongside Hayden Law. TJ Floyd out on track. Quinn Newton just disappeared when I tried to click on him. We'll see what kind of effort TJ can put in. Currently 16th. Slowest of the cars that have qualified. Matt Benke says things did not go well for him. Went out on track, and I believe Spawner hit the wall both laps. TJ Floyd clocks 18th. Lucas Hoitzma 7th quick on his first lap. 23.46. See if he can pick it up. Crack the top 5. Across the stripe, a 23.4 flat. That'll move him up into the top 5, all the way to 4th. Nice second lap effort there. Neckrich sits at the end of the pit lane. Jeremy Scherer, the Fireball Toyota. Truck always makes me thirsty. Right now, Hayden Law, your pole sitter. I know you can't see it at the moment on the scoreboard. It's being weird. Jeremy Scherer clocks 19th quick. Cliff Mullins usually pretty good at this short track thing. Only manages a 20th. More of a long run guy than a hot lapper. I can relate. Mike Edwards, 14 truck. 9th quick on lap 1. Jumps up to 7th quick on lap 2. He'll move Wolfenbarger and Harrell down a spot. And I believe that's everybody that's going to qualify. Got a minute left, but nobody on track other than trucks that have already completed their run. Cliff Mullins taking it to his pit box. Jeremy Scherer rolling it to the pit lane as well. Nobody else going to qualify, so Hayden Law going to be your pole sitter. A little surprise, Mike Fisher not in the qualifying.
Everybody, welcome to the first round of playoffs at Iowa. 130 laps, no fast repairs, 4 sets of tires. Good luck to all the playoff drivers. It's been a good season so far. Keep it up. Hope everyone had a good off week. Let's go do this.
Yeah, what he said. Let's see if we can get a quick chat with Hayden Law. I don't think he believes in such things, but let's see if he's in the Discord. I think he's not, as usual. Unless he's in a channel that he's not supposed to be in. There he is, chance 2. Hi.
Hi, Twist.
We got another poll. How are we doing tonight?
We're doing all right. You know, realized tonight was Iowa, so I went from not wanting to do this race to very determined to do this race very quickly.
When did you realize it was Iowa tonight?
2.5 hours ago.
So while you were busy making
so.
all those fancy graphics, you were like, "Oh crap, it's Iowa tonight."
Or maybe I realized it last night when Cody did the like race info stuff. No, that was this morning. So I realized at about 7:21 a.m. this morning that tonight was Iowa, and I decided I was going to do this race.
Well, aren't you glad that you got into the race?
I'm glad that I can read, yes.
All right, well, you're starting on pole in that Napa Chevrolet Silverado. Tell us about what you think's going to unfold over the next 130 laps.
I think there's going to be a lap 1 or 2 wreck because this setup is very intriguing. After that, probably a typical Iowa race for SRL. We'll probably get some long green flag runs where tires matter. You'll see guys moving around, especially in 3 and 4. Maybe we'll get a green flag pit stop. Maybe not. I'm not sure. It's a 2-stop race no matter what, I think. So, you might see Lucas say screw it and start clutching and see if he can do it on 1 stop because that's what Lucas does. But otherwise, I think you're in for a very intriguing race.
All right, you got a whole bunch of playoff drivers around you. You going to race them any different, or are you just going to be balls to the wall?
I'm going to race them as I normally would. The only difference is if I start to spin or slide, I'll probably choose to lock it down instead of trying my best to save it, which will probably end up in me overcorrecting and taking out like 5 or 6 playoff guys in one swoop because that's, of course, what happens.
Of course,
so,
every time.
No difference in racing, just difference in how I'm going to go about saving the truck if I step on my own dick.
10-4. Good luck to you tonight, and we'll see if we're talking to you at the end of 130 laps.
Hopefully. I got a great win record here. I want to keep it.
And that's why nobody likes Hayden, always showing off. Hayden is your pole sitter tonight. We're going to run through the starting lineup despite 2 trucks not being out there yet. Here's one of them. Brad Wilson will be starting second in the 51 Shenandoah Shine Ford. Casey Graves, the True Speed Toyota, rolls off in third, and Lucas Heusman will start fourth in his 712 Brakes Ford. Jake Lawrence, the Hawk Toyota, rolls off in the 5th spot. Tongue twister there. You have Scott Rankin in the Wannagoons McConey Ford rolling off in that 6th spot. Mike Edwards, Fort Worth Screen Esports Ford, rolls off 7th. Grant Harrell, the Tide Ford, rolls off 8th. A lot of Fords up here. Garrett Wolfenbarger, Shenandoah Shine Chevy, rolls off in the 9th spot. Cody Brown in the Team Conti Toyota rolls off in 10th. Zach Margerson, he's got the Gamer Sup Chevrolet rolling off in the 11th spot. Andrew Beach, Side Pipe Chevy, rolls off 12th. Blake Giglio in the Kenworth starts 13th. Gatlin Downey, the Double Quick Chevrolet, he forgot to put his truck with the new banners in there apparently. He'll roll off 14th. He is in the playoffs, I promise. You won't see him underlined on the scoreboard because it's messed up with his 05. Quinn Newton in the 712 Brake Chevy rolls off in the 15th spot. Dave Hoytsman in the 712 Brake Chevy rolls off 16th. Travis Martin, the Ghost Man, he'll start 17th in the number 63. John Neckrich has this Kevin Harvick Wannagoons throwback that is identical to the one I ran in ARCA last year, rolling off in the 18th spot. Jeremy Scherer in the Fireball Toyota starts in 19th. Cliff Mullins in the AC Racing Graphics Chevrolet rolls off 20th. TJ Floyd in the Original Grain Chevrolet, rolls off in the 21st spot. Mike Fish in the AOL Toyota starts 22nd. Jeremy Klepper Newell, Martin Sports Ford, 23rd. Chris Wold in the Boise State Chevy, 24th. Daniel Llewellyn, 712 Brake Chevy, 25th. Jay Munch, the Taz Chevy, rolls off 26th. JR Deal, Cave City Toyota in 27th. And Matt Mankey, the Victoria's Secrets truck, 28th. Shotgun on the field tonight. 28 trucks set to do battle here from the cornfields of Iowa. 7/8 mile short track. Fun fact, and yes, I mention this every Iowa race, Rusty Wallace designed this to be just like Richmond, but slightly bigger. So it has the same turning radius and banking as Richmond. There goes the truck down onto the pit lane. Green flag out in the air. We are underway from Iowa, 130 laps. Who will prevail in the opening round of the Frisbie Truck Series playoffs? Top 3 goes single file. The action is back at Casey Graves and Scott Rankin. Lucas Heusman running a little higher than the other 2 through 3 and 4. We got a spinner. Jake Lawrence, the 68 truck, slides it to the grass. Margerson, his teammate, also spun behind him. Margerson, one of our playoff trucks, and he now drops to the tail end of the field as we get the caution. Let's see if Margerson had any help. It's just ahead of Blake Giglio. Loses the back end all by himself. Two teammates synchronized spinning just about coming out of turn 4. Lap number 1, and the 10/10 team going to have some work to do to get those two trucks back up into contention. Fortunately, they have 128 laps still to go. In the field waiting for the pace truck. And there it goes. Well, the good news is we made it a lap. I think Lucas is already thinking fuel. Decides not to pit. See if we get anybody down the pit lane. Looks like one Toyota. That's going to be Jake Lawrence. He was able to get his spot back before he came into pit lane, so that's fortunate for him.
Last year.
Get driver chat back in here while we watch the pits. Jeremy Scher a little further back, also on the pit lane. Then a bunch of trucks right at the tail end of the field. Have Clapper Newell, Chris Wold, Daniel Wallen, Jay Munch, and Margison, of course. Zach rolls it slowly into his pit box. We'll see if he takes tires after that slide. Nope, fuel only for the 55. So he decides that slide wasn't worth a set. He'll rejoin the action. So top 21 stay out. Jake Lawrence, Jeremy Scher, Daniel Wallen, Jay Munch, Margison, Chris Wold, and Clapper Newell all came down the pit lane here. Topped off the tank. The aggravating thing about Iowa, lots of pace laps. I think it's 4 or 5 of them. Let's roll through and see who we get to talk to. Let's first do the annoying thing here. Well, you called that one.
Look, knowing the setup, knowing this track, knowing SRO, it wasn't exactly a hard prediction.
It was pretty funny.
I told you.
Yep. It's a synchronized spin by the 10/10 team.
That's what I heard. I heard something about the entire 10/10 screw ate shit off of turn 4, I think is what I heard.
Well, there's a few more of them that didn't. Give credit where credit's due. JR Deal did not spin. Travis Martin did not spin.
Good job, JR. Good job, Travis. Proud of you.
It's just Margison and Jake Lawrence. Jay Munch didn't spin, so there you go. There's plenty of 10/10 guy didn't trip over their own dick there.
Okay, so more 10/10 guys kept it straight than spun.
Correct.
All right, perfect. Never so. Perfect.
Where are we choosing? Bottom?
We're going to go bottom. I think with this setup, the bottom is probably the place to be tonight, both ends, so we'll see.
Interesting. All right, well, good luck.
Thank you very much, Liz.
Hayden Knoll choosing bottom here. Iowa tends to be a top group track, especially in a later run. We get the 1 to green field on the backstretch, half a lap away from getting this thing going once again. After a quick early yellow for a couple of trucks that spun and didn't hit nothing. Hopefully we got the race figured out now. We won't get another one of those quick yellows. Hey Scott, welcome on in. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome everyone over on YouTube as well. Don't everyone forget about you guys. I can see your chat. Pace truck's off. And here we go. Lap 5. Going to start lap 6. Hayden gets a big jump over Brad Wilson. Lucas trying to draw alongside Wilson. Chevy out front and 3 Fords, 4 Fords. Counting Mike Edwards back there. Scott Rankin way up the hill. He's going to try to get the drive off the corner. See if he cuts back inside Lucas. Lucas couldn't quite clear him. Scott keep the truck driven up on the outside. This then Scott drives the middle. Keeps Lucas pinned down. A little contact off the corner. Looks like Lucas maybe expected Scott about a half foot higher. And they keep it straight. Edwards back into that truck, stepped out coming out of 4, and he's into the wall. Turn 4 has been tricky for these 10/10 drivers. Havoc, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a delightful day. Hayden well out in front already. Scott Rankin trying to drive the outside. Power to the lead around Brad Wilson. Wilson probably trying to save a little bit of tire here. Lucas seems to be on save mode as well. They're keeping it to the inside. Highline's faster. We'll burn that rubber. Oh yeah, off tomorrow, Scott. We're having some fun then. Some community fun. Wilson in danger of losing a spot to his teammate now. See the playoff drivers underlined in yellow. Working on lap number 10, 120 to go. '22 Grant Harrell making his way into the shot. He gets to the outside of Brad Wilson as Wilson continues to save. Lucas, meanwhile, is trying to get inside on the 32. Wolfenbarger, these two have had issues all season. Lucas, big slide there, killed the rear tires to stay off Wolfenbarger. Now he's going to go back to the top. Now we got single file throughout about the whole top 10. Scott Rankin starting to put the pressure on Hayden, though. We'll see. Scott likes to push and not worry about saving tire. Hayden likes to get out front and then save tires. So we'll see if Rankin takes the lead or pushes Hayden to be a little too abusive on his stuff. Here comes Mike Edwards, another driver that likes to push. Mikey up to the third spot. Working lap 13. Shout out D-Waddy Bama, 10% through this race. Rankin really likes that high line. See if he's able to keep the tires on it up there. Definitely gives him that run down the front stretch. Closes right up to the back of that Napa Silverado. Let's go on board that Warnick Dunes Ford. Watch the battle for the lead from on board the second place truck. Didn't quite get the run he got last time out of 4. Here for 62 Race Stars Havoc. Alright, bud. Welcome on in. Got you a nice battle for the lead going on here. Scott not quite as high as he's been in 3 and 4 this time. Kept it about a lane lower. Let's switch over and see what's going on behind. Wolfenbarger and Lucas are side by side again. We've seen this a lot this season, and a lot of times it's ended up in anger. They are racing hard for that 4th spot, despite, I think, trying to save. Lucas, that back end of that truck keeps sliding out on him. I don't think he likes being behind Wolfenbarger. So your first playoff truck is going to be the 32 of Wolfenbarger. Lucas Hoyt's second of the playoff trucks. Then you got Brad Wilson, Casey Graves, Gatlin Downey. I know he didn't have his banner on or his underline, but he is in the playoffs. Currently last truck in the top 10. And you got Blake Giglio, Travis Martin. Martin in the playoffs didn't get his banners on. Blake's got his on in the 12th spot. And you got Dave Hoytsma and Andrew Beach as they contend with Mike Fisher. Fisher started tail of the field. He didn't qualify. And he's coming up, currently up to the 15th spot. Gatlin Downey, Cody Brown. Gatlin trying to move up and pass the 17. The ghost man there, Giglio, Quinn Newton closing in on this battle. I think Brown able to hold off Gatlin for now. Keep going through the field. You got John Neckrich in 17th. Matt Benke 18th, J.R. Deal 19th, and Zach Margerson not made up much ground after the spin. I guess we'll give him 7 spots. Currently in the 20th spot now. TJ Floyd 21st, Jake Lawrence 22nd, Cliff Mullins 23rd. One of our playoff trucks struggling back there. J Munch riding 25th. Henry Clapper Newell 26th, Daniel Llewellyn 27th, and Chris Wold 28th. So Cliff, short track ace, hasn't got it quite going yet, riding 23rd at number 37 Chevy. Hayden's got it figured out, almost a second lead now over Scott Rankin. Scott's figured out he needs to drop that truck a little lower to save what tire it has left. He's been running much lower ever since he kind of settled in for a second. Mike Edwards in third, Wolfenbarger fourth, and has put a little bit of gap over Lucas Weitzman. Grant Harrell sixth, and then he got almost a second back to Brad Wilson. He's got Casey Graves in tow. For some reason the Ford truck not underlining on our screen, but I'm pretty sure he's in the playoffs. On this battle here for 7th place. Field's starting to get a little strung out. Battle's going on back here in the back part of the top 10. Travis Martin, Blake Giglio shooting the middle here. Cody Shrek didn't like that. Back in, stepped out of that 17. So he tried to keep it off of Giglio. Blake gets one spot there. Now he's going to try and work on Travis Martin. That's what I figured, Scott. The bars under the names. Not doing what they're supposed to. Oh, Giglio makes a little door-to-door contact with Travis Martin. Blake trying to crack the top 10. A lot of playoff spoilers right now. Hayden, Rankin, and Edwards top 3. All not in the playoffs. Wolfenbarger's closed down on Edwards. The battle for third. Garrett Wolfenbarger has it down on the inside of Mike Edwards. Ford versus Chevy down the back stretch. Not quite clear as Wolfenbarger. That's going to give Mikey the run into one. Wolfenbarger trying to side draft and keep him from getting clear. Then he'll wrap the bottom around 1 and 2 and should have him off the corner here. Oh, Edwards throttled up just in time to keep his nose out there. Keeps Wolfenbarger pinned to the bottom. Lucas just trying to figure out which one of them is going to get clear so he can try to pass. Now Wolfenbarger has it complete. See if Edwards cuts back to the inside or gives him a push. Push him down the front stretch. And Edwards will keep it to the top, and right behind him, Lucas Heusman right on that tailgate. See if Lucas gets Mikey to take the bottom, because I know Lucas is riding that top and enjoying it. Should get the nose outside. Mikey, nope, not quite. It was close. See how Lucas is staying up towards that top line above the seam. Now he's gotten to the outside of Mike Edwards. You see up ahead, Scott Rankin falling off. As I said, he likes to push early. Him and Edwards are both starting to fall back. Hayden looks like he saved enough out front. He's not really falling back yet. Lucas has Edwards cleared around the outside. Takes over 4th ball on his own. So now it's Hayden by 1.8 seconds over Scott Rankin, who's falling back to the clutches of 3rd place Garrett Wolfenbarger. Wolfie leading our playoff contingent in the 3rd spot. Lucas Heusma 4th. Also in the playoffs. Then Brad Wilson 6th. You gotta go back to Gatlin, Downey, and Casey Graves 8th and 9th. And Blake Giglio 10th. Hayden kind of stinking up the show at the moment, being a Kyle Larson. Top 10 seems to be settling into a groove. Blake Giglio, closest one to anybody. He's trying to get inside Gatlin Downey here. An outside line just so powerful. But over time, the tires wear out quicker out there. See Giglio clearly faster, but he's struggling to pass Gatlin because Gatlin holding on to that high line, getting those good runs off the corner. Typical story at Iowa. We've completed 30. We've got 100 to go. Stay with this battle for 9th place. Blake jogs back and regroups. Attacks back to the bottom in 1 and 2. Right on board the Ghost Man as he watches this battle. Get a front row seat. Woo! Almost some door-to-door contact. Giglio probably getting frustrated. Can't pass this 05. Just can't get him cleared. They stay side by side. Gatlin a little brush with the wall. Didn't slow him down much. Blake with the slider just threw it in there. Went up and took Gatlin's line away. Gatlin's going to have the opportunity to get back to the inside, but I don't think that would be wise of him. I think Blake's got it down. Travis Martin going to start to work on the 05. Big gap from Travis back to Cody Brown. 2.5 from 11th to 12th. And Cody's got Quinn Newton, Mike Fisher right behind him. None of these trucks in playoff contention, but a lot of good drivers still. Mike Fisher started dead last. He's already halfway through the field. Quinn, big slide there as he was up underneath Cody Brown. That's actually going to let Fisher to the outside and give him the spot. Mike Fisher up to 13th. Up towards the front of the field. Wolfenbarger putting on that pressure for second. So Rankin's truck continues to burn up those tires. Wolfenbarger will take over second as he gets off turn number 4 and clear Scott Rankin. Lucas creeping into the picture in the number 97, 4-time champion of the Frisbie Truck Series. Back in, steps out on him, coming out of 2. He's still working that top side. Brad Wilson inching in. Remember, he saved early in the run. Starting to get into the back end of it. You can probably go about 50 to 60 laps. More if you stretch it. Nobody in the top 19 came to the pit lane to top off. Cliff Mullins, highest truck that had been to the pit lane, currently rides in that 19th spot. TJ Floyd now holds the distinction of the furthest back truck in our playoff field, riding 22nd. Not going the way TJ would like. Hayden now 3.3 seconds over this group. Wolfenbarger has taken second. Hoytson up to third. Brad Wilson up to fourth as they've gotten around Rankin. Let's take a quick look at how our biggest movers shake out. I know Fisher going to be on there. Jake Lawrence has it going the wrong way. Unfortunate for Jake, running back in 24th after qualifying pretty decent. Matt Benke and Fisher are both up 10. Benke didn't have it all worked out in qualifying. He's currently shown 19th. Wilson working the low side. Hoytsman's still up high. Brad Wilson going to try to take advantage. Gets to the inside of Lucas Hoytsma. Brad putting on the pressure. Down the front stretch, Hoytsma gets that run off of 4. That top side, very powerful. Mike Edwards has passed Rankin for 5th. While we were watching these two battle. Wilson going to throw it in there. See if he slides it up the hill. Lucas is trying to cut back, and then he just goes to the pit lane. Lucas Huisma. So Lucas is committed to a two-stop strategy, and he decides to pit right now, which is very dangerous. You go about 2 laps down, pitting at Iowa under green cycle. That is not good. So we have a momentary disconnect, and we're back. Sorry about that. Now it's saying it's replay. Now it's saying it's live. Oh my gosh, pick one. Lucas to the box. Has to hope this goes green now. And Jeremy Scherer on the pit lane in the 15. Didn't see what happened to him, but he's been down there for about 5 laps now. Jump back to Lucas as he takes 4 tires and fuel. We'll see if anyone tries to cover up this undercut move. 4 tires and fuel down and away for the number 97. And he goes a complete lap down. Even pitting out of the top 5. What's fortunate for him at the moment is he's not 2 laps down. He does have the freshest tires. He's going to feel like Superman flying through this traffic. Quinn Newton, his teammate, has decided to pit. That brings that number 88 to the pit lane. Quinn hits his marks. Travis Martin, Casey Graves, Gatlin Downey, and Mike Fisher all on a group here. 3 playoff trucks in this group. Gatlin Downey, Travis Martin, and the 4 of Casey Graves. And here comes the 4. Casey has decided to come to the pit lane, brings his Toyota down to pit lane speed. Report on the Quinn Newton truck. 4 tires down and away, no penalties. Same for Dave Hoitzma. Dave, another one of our playoff trucks, is in and out of the pit lane. Shown 2 laps down right now. He works to the outside of Brad Wilson. He's got 2 more trucks to pass to get to 1 lap down. So these drivers holding their breath and hoping we do not get one of those cautions during the pit cycle. Could end up trapping a lot of trucks. Looks like the 17, Cody Brown, peeled off and heading to the pit lane. There he is. It's also got Daniel Llewellyn, 23, in the background. 47 laps. Daniel's one of those trucks that topped off the tank. He's decided to come in pit early. Cliff Mullins up to the 12th spot with this pit cycle and the long green flag run. He's starting to cycle more towards the front. Gatlin Downey, Travis Martin continue to battle right ahead of Mike Fisher. He doesn't know which way to go. Fisher up to the 10th spot after starting last. Virtually last. He didn't qualify, but there was a couple of other trucks that also didn't, so they were back there with him. Gatlin Downey and Travis Martin, all kinds of wiggly coming out of 4. Had to scare Mike Fish being in the middle of that. Daniel Llewellyn coming off the pit lane. Daniel, 4 tires and fuel, no issues. Same for Cody Brown. Jake Lawrence, Mr. Hawk 2, has hit the pit lane. Leaves 20 trucks still to pit. Here's Lucas Hoitzma. He's caught up to this battle with Martin, Downey, and Fisher. He's got to be careful not to get into those guys on a little bit older tires, and not to put in a bad situation and bring out a yellow. All it takes is surprising them by getting to their outside. The truck on the inside cuts the wheel a little too much. He can spin easily out of 4, and next thing you know, you're under caution and stuck off the lead lap. Hoist was the highest up truck that is pit, running 21st. 1 lap down. He catches Scott Rankin. Scott running 7th. Blake Giglio, meanwhile, running 4th as Mike Edwards pits. Brings the number 14 down at 55 laps. You have to go to 65 to make it to halfway. We'll see if anyone can do that. You know, Hayden talked about Lucas might do it. Lucas pit early. There is Edwards. Rolls to his pit box. Here's your leader, Hayden Lowell, getting passed by trucks that have already pitted. Dave Hoitzma, Cody Brown going from 2 laps down to 1. And TJ Floyd and J Munch on the pit lane. Like Grant Harrell decided it's time to pit the Tide truck. Hayden has 3.9 seconds out in front. He could probably coast way more than others and try to make this fuel on one pit stop. It looks like JR Deal in the 9 heading to the pit lane. Indeed it is. He's already 1 lap down coming into the pits, so he might end up 3 laps down after all this. J-Munch looks like he's been the first one to pick up a penalty. 45 seconds and counting in the box. Tough break for the 69 truck. Hayden is not going to stretch to the 65. Here comes our race leader. Napa Chevy on the pit lane. Slides the back end around. Garrett Wolfenbarger, playoff contender, takes the race lead. He'll add a playoff point to his total. See his name in the yellow box. That means he's one of the playoff drivers. That's what it looks like when a playoff truck leads. Teammate Wilson right behind him. We'll see if they're trying to save to halfway. Do you get points at halfway? That's still a thing during the playoffs. About 5 laps away from that.
Okay, so let's all open up our to page 69.
69.
J-Munch sitting on the pits reminding me to do things. Did you get a penalty, J-Munch, or did you break the truck? Here comes the 32 of Wolfenbarger, so he's not able to go to halfway. Brad Wilson gets him a lap lead. Meatballed. There is your answer from the 69 team. Had it saved for a second, so we missed him in a bad shape. So he got some assistance. We'll have to look at that after the race. 4 to go to halfway. You see the 97 unlapping himself. Lucas back on the lead lap, and here comes Wilson. He couldn't make it to halfway. Scott Rankin, he can't make it to halfway. So far, nobody's been able to stretch it. Let's see what Cliff can do. He stays out. That'll hand the race lead to Cliff Mullins. He won't get the lap lead this time by, but if he can make it around another lap, he will. Working lap 63. Have to make it to the end of 65 for stage points. Cliff's about 8 seconds ahead of Lucas Hoytsma. Only other truck that hasn't pit that's still in front of Hoytsma is Clapper Newell. Cliff stays out, leads the lap, gets a bonus point for his playoff effort. We talked about him early in the run, not really making any moves. This could be why. He could have been saving this whole time. Moves to the inside, lets Daddy Dave have the top. That should put Dave back on the lead lap. Cliff not able to make it to halfway. So even with the caution, I think it's going to be a 2-stop race for everybody. Clapper Newell, he did stop, as did Cliff Mullins. This is 62 laps and counting for that number 99 Martin Sports Ford. Did he run it out of gas? I think he ran it out. This is the money lap. This is where we pay the points for halfway, and I think Clapper has run it out of fuel. He's coasting into the pit lane here. Lucas Heitz was going to take back the lead, and he'll get the stage win. Hayden Lowell brings it across second. Not sure who's going to bring it across third. Have to let it update and see where it shifts everybody. It looks like Clapper's going to get credit for third. Mike Edwards fourth. Casey Graves fifth. Garrett Wolfenbarger sixth. Wilson seventh. Newton eighth. Mike Fisher ninth. I missed who it said was 10th. Maybe it was Giglio. That completes our stage. Halfway points there. Hoytsma leads by 2.1 seconds over Hayden Lowell. Remember, Hoytsma planned this to be a 2-stop race from the beginning. He pit about 43, 45, somewhere in there. So he's already got 22 laps on his tires. Hayden has the freshest tires out of the top 3. There is your gap. Hoytsma to Lowell, first to second. Mike Edwards rides third, 6 seconds behind those two. You have Wolfenbarger, and then you have this mess. TJ Floyd, Brad Wilson, and the lap truck of TJ Floyd. They're all playoff trucks. TJ having a bit of a struggle tonight, back in 22nd. Wilson going to try and get by on the inside. That makes Casey Graves a little unhappy. There's TJ Floyd directly in front of him. Here comes John Neckrich into the picture. Neckrich is off the lead lap. 23rd. He's trying to chase down TJ Floyd for position. Hayden has caught race leader Lucas Hoytsma. Did not take long. 14 lap difference on the tires. That's not too surprising. I don't think Lucas is going to fight him all that much. Lucas will just run his line at the top and give Hayden the bottom and allow him to eventually make his way by with those fresher tires. And we get our second caution, fortunately, as our cycle completes, and it is Jake Lawrence again. Let's see what happens this time to the Hakutua Toyota. Let's collect Daniel Llewellyn this time. Looks like Daniel didn't want to go out to the wall. Jake expected him to, and only kind of met in the middle there. Let's back it up a little bit further. Cliff's inside Daniel. Jake gets the run off the top side. Cuts to the inside. Daniel starts to make his corner entry. Keeps it right on his door. Jake's pushing him up, and then Netcode does the rest. Daniel Llewellyn and Jake Lawrence bringing out the Quinn Half caution. Jake riding the wall. What's that about? That was weird. Trying to figure out why he was riding the wall there. Passes the pace truck and goes to the pit lane. There were no fast repairs in this series, so Jake Lawrence probably done for the night. I'll do it, that guy into the wall. Bobby. I should see just about everybody on pit lane here because I think you can make it to the end, and this takes out the strategy I was hoping to see out of it. I wanted to see Lucas's strategy there. He misses his pit box. Just had to back up a little bit. That could give Hayden the lead straight away here. It's the other end, of course it is. There we go. Hayden does get the lead. Mike Edwards, Lucas Hoytsma, Garrett Wolfenbarger, Brad Wilson, your top five now. Out of the trucks that come down the pit lane. The 4, Casey Graves, 21, Mike Fisher, Travis Martin, Quinn Newton, Blake Giglio, Grant Hurrell, Cody Brown, Dave Hoytsma, Andrew Beach. Andrew out in 16th. Cliff has stayed out to take a wave around. Same for Margison, Matt Binky, John Neckrich, J.R. Deal, Jeremy Clapper, and TJ Floyd. Floyd has pit, so Floyd has given up his wave around. He will not be getting the wave around here. Only 17 laps since he was last on. Probably would have stayed out and taken the wave as well. Scott Rankin is currently your leader in this number 60. He did not pit. He goes up and gives Clapper Newell a shot in the door.
Wrong person to do that. I mean, you say that, but you've been messing with my team all season, so yeah, you're gonna get another one if you come anywhere near me again.
Wow.
Knock it off, both of y'all. I watch out, Scott. I've seen him wreck someone for a lot less.
Well, that is true. It's also worth noting that they never made contact, and that was a bit of an overreaction.
Is Clapper?
All right.
Is Clapper gonna clap somebody or what?
We've got caution drama.
Cue the Cliff sound command.
Which Cliff? Command.
Okay, Daniel, I've watched the replay. I've watched you pitch me down to the turn. That's the reason why. But even if there was netcode, and there is, it still doesn't justify you coming down and pitch me into the turn like you did.
Hi, Dave. I love you.
Wow. We got a lot of beef tonight at Iowa.
Hi, Andrew. Love you too.
23 needs to learn racing etiquette. Educate. Not etiquette, educate. Avid, if you're going to pick with someone's intelligence, at least say the right word.
someone needs their education to graduate.
Correct, Marcus.
No, just people just need to stop driving like assholes.
That would also help.
Somebody talking? Somebody talking? Keep
Lot of-
talking your shit, Jake.
Oh man.
I was going in on my entry. You want to fucking dive it down there? You know? Fuck off. Hey, why'd you leave me?
Oh man. The beef is real tonight.
Everybody.
There it is. And y'all wonder why we had a week off this week.
Hey, don't put yourself in those situations. Fucking learn, okay?
Now would be a great time for that mute all button.
No, this is way more entertaining.
No, why is everyone I want this is entertaining. Boo, hating no fun, boo.
No fun, lol.
Hey, it's not me for once in the last 3 weeks.
Lucas.
One hot night in Iowa.
Oh man. That took me back to 1992 in Charlotte.
That's typical for a NASCAR race here. It was fucking brutal for the Cup race.
My bad, Nixon's off.
Pace truck's heading off. We've had a spicy caution. Here we go. Getting restarted. It's only our second caution, so we're doing good as far as that's concerned. Scott Rankin jumps out to the lead. He didn't pit. 10 lap older tires than everybody behind him. Hayden Lowell, Lucas Hoytsma, Mike Edwards, Brad Wilson. Hoytsma a bit out of shape in that 97. He's going to lose a bunch of spots after he got loose in 1 and 2. Grant Harrell trying to pin Mike Fisher up behind him. And now Lucas gets it going fast again, and he'll stay to the outside of Grant Harrell. This may actually work out for Mike Fish if that top line gets going. Blake Giglio making a 3-wide move down to the turn number 1. He's got 2 playoff trucks on his outside, and that is Andrew Beach and TJ Floyd. He's going to try to come up the track. I don't know if he knows they're 3. He survives it. Gatlin Downey bounces off the wall. Another playoff truck, and there's Margison there as well. So a whole gaggle of playoff trucks. Cliff Mullins right behind him.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking, they're like a little child. What are you,
And
fucking 5?
Cody Brown spins while they're yelling.
I've been muted for less.
Cody Brown into the inside wall. He doesn't bring out a cautions as well off the racing surface, and he'll probably keep it down there and drive it around and bring it to the pit lane. I think he got that inside wall pretty good. There's another truck in the grass, trying to tell who that was. It's Daniel Wallen. Jake Lawrence is already on the pit lane. What happens to Daniel? He's coming out of 4 all by himself, gets crossed up. Just can't save it. Drives it into the grass, and Daniel Wallen, Cody Brown both meet similar fates. Cody kept it on the track. You see him back there in the background. Meanwhile, up front, things are chaotic. Scott Rankin, Hayden Lull, while we're watching trucks spin out in the infield, battle for the lead. Rankin gets out of shape down the hill, narrowly avoids Hayden Lull. Brad Wilson does a great job checking up, not the drive over
That was
him.
mildly terrifying.
Mildly terrifying.
I think there's shit in my pantaloons.
That's Wilson in the 51.
Yeah, can we get a bunch of food rush at this stuff? That'd be great.
We got a Code Brown in the 51 camp. Scott Rankin knows a little bit older tires. I think he was trying to push a little too hard. Back in came around and he almost collected Hayden Lull and Brad Wilson. There have been a lot of good trucks out of this one, including one of our playoff contenders. Wolfenberger rides second. Wilson in third. Edwards fourth. Rankin fifth. And Grant Harrell, Lucas Hoytsma, Mike Fish, Casey Graves. Travis Martin, your top 10. Gatlin Downey and Margison battle. Cliff Mullins, Daddy Dave right there behind. So 4 playoff trucks lumped up together. 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Getting down towards the end of this one. Gatlin Downey, a big slide out of 4. Margison gets to his outside. Tends to be preferred on the longer run, but this is early in the run, only 12 laps. Margison gets a big wiggle coming out of 2. The back end stepping out on that Chevrolet. Now Cliff Mullins gets into the battle. Cliff keeps it way down low. I think he's seen enough of the trucks on the outside getting loose and coming down. He left a lane and a half between him and Margison. Now Cliff starts to work on Gatlin. Downey down the backstretch. Keeps that 37 wrapped tight around the bottom line. Hayden Lowell out front of Wolfenbarger and Wilson. Edwards and Rankin your top 5. Then Grant, Harrell, Fisher, Hoytsma, Graves, and Martin. Hoytsma gives up a spot to Casey Graves. So we stay with this quite intense 5-truck battle. Chris Wold's caught up to him. Chris not on the lead lap though, so probably won't interject himself into this. Daddy Dave gets to the inside of Cliff Mullins. Cliff had been running that low side. Now Margison trying to get back around Dave. That's where most of the excitement is, but we do have this battle going on. This is Rankin, Fisher, Hoytsma, Graves, and Martin. About 6 to 10th. All under a blanket right there. Oof. Looks like the 21 backed up the corner a lot more than Lucas is going to. They almost made contact. The 97 and 21. Fisher in the AOL truck keeping it low. Hoytsma running kind of a middle. Casey Graves running the high line. And catching Daniel Lawal on the 3 laps down, number 23. He might be a bit of a rolling chicane with the damage he has. Now Lucas working on Rankin, trying to take the 6th spot. Should have him clear off of 4, and Lucas up to the 6th position. So behind Grant Harrell, kind of running by himself. There's Mike Edwards. And up ahead, there's Brad Wilson, Garrett Wolfenbarger, and Hayden Lowell. I believe the Shine trucks are trying not to let Hayden disappear this time. He had about a 4-second lead at the start of the last pit cycle. So there they run in a gap of about a second back to Mike Edwards, Grant Harrell. Lucas has already put some distance on Rankin and the crew he was with there. Yeah, Giglio starting to inch his way towards the top 10. He's been mired towards the middle and back most of this race other than the pit cycle. We have a lap truck of TJ Floyd. Playoffs not starting the way TJ wanted them to. Martin and Graves battle for 9th. Travis keeping it right around the bottom. And there is Blake, and then Quinn Newton getting by lap truck of TJ Floyd. It's Andrew Beach just behind. We got 4 weeks for these drivers to try to be in the top 4 in points. There is no win and you're in our playoffs this year. We're trying something a little different. He's Downey 14th. Cliff Mullins up to 15th. This is Daniel riding the wall to get away from people. Trying to stay out of the way. Look for the best battle we have to bring you. It's going to be right here. Mike Fish, Scott Rankin, Travis Martin. Fisher's gotten around Rankin. Now Travis Martin's going to be the next one to try and pass that number 60. The 60's kind of held up the field here a little bit, and it's allowed Blake Giglio to close in at Kenworth. He doesn't want me to call it a Silverado. He wants me to call it a Kenworth. Told him I can do that for him. Travis Martin getting by Rankin. Should have him clear down into 3 and 4 and be able to get to the wall on exit. Casey Graves has been running high though, so he's going to have a little bit more work to do. He's going to have to find a way to get by Rankin. Rankin's going to send it on the inside of Martin here. Not just going to roll over and let everybody have these spots. So Blake Giglio gets around Casey Graves up into the top 10. His next truck now is that 60. Blake keeps it nice and tidy at the bottom, wraps that inside lane through 1 and 2, and along the back stretch inside Scott Rankin into 3, and he should have him clear on corner exit by a long shot. Blake up into 9th now, and Casey Graves going to try to work on Rankin. Also have Grant Harrell closing in on Lucas Hoitzman. Or was it Lucas Hoitzman working past Grant Harrell? I think it was the other way around. It's like Lucas just got by Grant and I missed it. Quinn Newton and Gatlin Downey. That is for position.
60 Pittman.
And we've got pit stops with 30 to go.
I thought you could make it.
Most trucks could probably make it from here.
I could have previously, but the pace has come up.
So he's going to split this run in half. Scott Rankin is. On to the pit lane he goes. If I was Scott, I probably would have ran that thing dry. John Neckrich on the pit lane. I believe that's Margison. One of our playoff contenders in the 55 on the pit lane. TJ Floyd out on track. That'll probably drop him to the last playoff truck in the field during this pit cycle. He'll have to hope for, I don't know, trucks not to make it to the end. I think a caution screws him. Hayden now leads by 1.4 over Garrett Wolfenbarger, Brad Wilson. Then you have Mike Edwards in 4th, Lucas Hoitzman in 5th. There's Neckrich coming off the pit lane. I hear a spin. And there is a caution. Who spun it?
Maybe you should have stayed out.
It was Scott Rankin.
Bro, it's not down that whole lot. There was no grip in that rear end.
Drives it into 3, back in, comes around on him.
What is wrong with this track? It's never driven this way before.
It's always driven this way.
Yeah, it's always been half.
Wow. Alright, well, late race caution definitely screws Margison. He's 2 laps down. Sure, tires are going to be needed here.
My apologies for getting in the back of you earlier there, Andrew. I just couldn't get to my mic quick enough.
No response from Andrew.
There. Caught me off guard there.
There it is.
I thought you were mad at me.
Nah,
Do we
just
see
something
anybody
happened.
gamble here? Do we see anybody try the 2 tires? Of course we go to the wrong end. Keep an eye on it, see who rolls off first. Someone's down and away. It's Wolfenbarger. Hayden wins the race off, then it was really close between Wolfenbarger and Wilson. Rest of the field rolls off. Andrew Beach, Quinn Newton were side by side coming off the line. It's the 9 and 99. Alright, let's see what the officials have decided is our order. It's like we got Hayden, then Wolfenbarger, then Wilson. As close as Lowell and Wilson were coming off the pit lane, Wolfenbarger somehow got between them. Now Hayden's going to have a lot of Shenandoah shine to contend with. Let's see if our shine guys are in chat. They are. Let's have a quick chat. We'll just talk to both of them. Shenandoah shine, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, we got you.
Well, I figured I'd just talk to both of you here since, man, that was a really tight race off a pit road between all 3 of you. Did any of you think you had it there?
I thought maybe I could have got him on the end there, but I kind of was nice and easy out of the pit road. I just didn't want to speed and didn't want to spin my tires and ruin it, so kind of bogged off the pit stop. So
Brad's
maybe I
pit
could've
crew
got
had the best time. He was a 14 flat. You guys, you and Hayden were both 14.5, so he beat you by a half second there, but just couldn't translate it into gaining spots.
Yeah, definitely. Tried to.
He definitely paid off our pit crews for sure.
Well, good job there, and we'll see how this race goes for you. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Talking to both Brad Wilson and Garrett Wolfenberger at the same time, 32 and 51, since they were hanging out in chat together and running second and third. That really close battle off of pit road nearly paid off. Hayden is your leader in that Napa truck ahead of Hayden. It's going to be trucks trying to get laps back. Scott Rankin in the 60 by staying out should go back around to the lead lap. You have Matt Benke, he'll go to 1 lap down. John Neckrich will go to 1 lap down. And I believe Margison goes from 2 to 1 as well. So 3 trucks going from 2 laps down to 1 lap down, and 1 going back to the lead lap with wave arounds here as the 4 trucks ahead of our leader will get raved around as the lights go out on our pace truck and we get 1 degree. Scott Rankin feeling bad about bringing out that yellow late in the race. Now things could get interesting. 20 to go. Pay window is open and it's going to get, I believe, quite spicy from here. Let's get a quick chat with Mike Edwards running 4th. Michael, DG, got a copy?
Hi.
Hi, well, we've been up towards the front of the field all night long.
I'll pick the top here.
This strategy seems to have played right into your wheelhouse. You don't have to save. We got a short burst of 20 laps to get to the end. How's it going to be?
I don't know. I don't think I can keep up with these guys. I got speed, but not the best. It's kind of loose, kind of weird to drive, but I'm hanging in there.
10-4. Well, good luck to you the next 20 laps. See what we can do.
Thank you.
Mike Edwards up in that top 5. Lone representative of 10/10 up there. Lights are out on our pace truck. The wave rounds are headed around. We're half a lap away from getting restarted here. Be Lowell and Wolfenbarger front row. Lowell's chosen top, which is what I would expect normally. Hello, Ian. Welcome on in, bud. Thanks for the resub. Appreciate you, my friend. Sad you're not out here with us tonight. Hope you're doing well. Pace truck heads on off. Lowell and Wolfenbarger leading us to the flag. Lowell gets a huge jump. The 22 of Grant Harrell did not get going very good. And that gets a single file pretty quick, except for Edwards peeking the nose inside on the 51. Coaching kids soccer. Oh, Edwards! He gets the broadcaster curse. Around he goes. Oh, Scott Rankin then murders him. Arca break heaven right there. Scott Rankin just plowed in there. And now Edwards' truck driving sideways thanks to that Arca break there at the end. Let's go back and take another look as Edwards just inside Wilson, doesn't want to spin him. A little bit of contact and it just sends that 14 around quick. Quinn Newton a little contact. And then everyone's avoiding him and oh my gosh, Scott Rankin. I don't know what was going on there in the 60 team. Let's take a look from the cockpit. So we're behind Matt Benke. Go inside. See John Neckrich up ahead. When do we see the trouble? There's the truck around. You can kind of see it. He throttled up still coming into that scene and yeah, bad. Very bad Arca brake. Rip. So that sends both of those Fords, and what you know it, their pit boxes are side by side. I bet that's an interesting time down there right now. Well, we quickly go back under caution. This is kind of what I thought might happen. Cautions read cautions, pay windows open, the intensity level's picking up. Chris Wold in the 84 are going to get the wave around. He'll go back to the lead lap. We'll have 19 trucks on the lead lap as the Boise State Silverado heads around. Next truck in line for a wave around will be the playoff contender, Zach Margison. He gets a little help from this Mike Edwards and Scott Rankin contact. Obviously, at least one of those trucks has a meatball with Mike Edwards' truck completely askew. Scott Rankin sits there. Both those trucks getting damage repair. That helps Mr. Margison pick up a couple spots, a couple points. Sorry, we need a big old swig of water for this one. I think it's just going to get more and more intense going forward. These guys are going to get more and more desperate. Everybody with those yellow lines under their name are going to have to move forward and get as many points as they can here. Probably not really playing into this guy's hand. He likes the long runs. Let's see if he's hanging out anywhere, if we can get a chat with the 12th place Cliff Mullins. Cliff, DG, your copy?
Why the fuck did you pull me in here?
So that you can have the same problem Mike Edwards just had.
No, I don't want that. You're gonna fucking curse me with this shit.
To be fair, I also talked to Wolfenbarger and Wilson.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Lucas to take them two out.
What you're saying is I need to talk to Lucas too.
Well, he's gonna say the same thing I said.
Well, currently, you're sitting in the 12th spot. I know you're a long run guy, but we got a short run to deal with here. How do we feel about the prospects of moving forward?
As long as it doesn't get too loose, I think we'll be okay. I got a few guys here with red spoilers in front of me I need to get in front of.
Yes, sir. You got a few of them around you. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Cliff Mullins in the 37. Just checking on our leader. Light's still on, so we still got time to chat. Cliff wanted me to talk to Lucas, so we're going to go do it. Just because Cliff wanted me to. I don't want to be on the list. Hi, Lucas.
Oh, no.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, this is not good.
Hey, I finished second in an IndyCar race after talking to you, so it's not a thing.
Okay, alright. That gives me a little more confidence.
The more we say it, there's absolutely no way Lucas Hoiswell will mess up here because there's no such thing as a broadcaster curse.
Yeah, I've never spun off on cold tires before in this race. So
Ever.
Feeling confident.
Well, we're up to that 4th spot. You never know what's going to happen in front of you. Maybe guys could get a little aggressive, try to go for the win, and doors could open up for you. Do you have enough speed to get there on your own, or do you need help?
I don't think so. Those three are really fast, but knowing, I mean, everybody up here is history. Anything can happen, so I'm sure it'll be exciting, and there's no tire saving anymore, so it's going to be a completely different race.
You can't tell me there's any beef in this entire top 4. What are you talking about?
No, we all love each other here.
I mean, I bet you're all on each other's Christmas card lists.
Yep, absolutely. I'm sending him a Christmas card.
It might be a picture of your butthole, but you're still sending him a card, damn it. All right, man. Let's see what you can do in this final 15 laps here. Good luck.
Thank you. See ya.
Lucas Leitz on the 97, giving us a good laugh. Half a lap away from getting back green. Hey, Kenny. How are you, my friend? Kenny trying to put me out of business. He painting everybody paints. Like Neo. Kenny is Neo 2.0. All right. 56 outside, 32 inside. Pace trucks off. Green flag back out on the air. Hayden gets a great jump. Wilson going to look inside of his teammate here. Not quite able to put a move on Wolfenbarger. Hoyts to the outside of Wilson. See what he can do. Keeps it out of the wall, and Hoyts is going to take over 3rd. A nice restart there for the 97, picking up a spot. Grant Harrell, Blake Giglio. Blake trying to move up. Couldn't quite clear the Ghost Man. Travis Martin keeps that truck to his outside. Travis trying to fight for these playoff points. And we get a caution. Looks like JR Deal is involved. JR Deal out of control. Gets down into Dave Hoytsman. It takes the playoff truck of Daddy Dave with him. One more time. It just looks like by himself. The back end comes around. We had bragged about how JR didn't do that out of 4 with his teammates earlier. Unfortunately, it bites him here towards the end of it. We get a caution as he and Dave Hoytsma go down into the grass. I don't think Dave's truck's too beat up. Shouldn't have a meatball or anything. Unless it happened to hit right on the wheel. Looks okay. It's mostly the Neo 2.0. Now that's part of the reason Neo's in my doghouse. But most of it is what he said to Matt's girlfriend. Can't say those things. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later, Kenny. Who should we now go talk to? We've already talked to Hayden, Wolfenbarger, Hoytsma, Wilson. Grant hanging out anywhere? Let's see Grant. We got Casey hanging out. He's riding 8th. Let's have a quick chat with Casey. Casey, DG, you got a cup?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, we're up in the top 10. You had a week off, an extra week off, so you're nice and rested for this one. We're up to the 8th spot. Anything can happen in front of you. How do we feel about our night so far?
I don't know. I qualified good, and I haven't had the pace in the race, but I don't know. Just gonna hope for the best here and see what I can get.
Well, it sounds like you got short run speed, and we got a few short runs here to get to the end, so that has to play into your wheelhouse.
Hopefully. I don't know. I just hope I miss the. I try to mute the chat, but I can't figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. I just got to get lucky, basically. Maybe I could get a top 5, but we'll see.
10-4. Good luck to you going forward. Casey Graves in the 4, giving us a quick chat, and apparently the race chat's being loud.
Oh.
Let's see what's going on in here.
Me crying over here in the corner singing Jack can't complete a single pass.
Okay.
Hey, I was crying in the exact same way because I had him in fantasy.
Now remember, a couple of our drivers aren't underlined for some reason. Graves in 8th.
There we go.
Downey in 10th. Both of those are playoff trucks, so 8 playoff trucks in the top 10. The exceptions being Grant Harrell and Hayden Lowell. Cream rising to the top at the end of this one. Then you got Cliff Mullins 12th, TJ Floyd 15th, Dave Hoytsmith 17th, Margison in 20th. Those are the others. Margison 27 seconds on the pit lane. I guess he picked up a little damage somewhere. Correct, Kenny. Everyone but 1st and 5th in playoff contention. Neo's computer's broken? Oh no. Run our split so you can see the drivers that were outside the top 20, but most of them are out of the race at this point. John Nickrich 21st a lap down, Matt Benke 22nd a lap down, Daniel Wallen's still out there 3 laps down in 23rd. Then out of the race, Scott Rankin, Mike Edwards, Jake Lawrence, Jay Munch, and Jeremy Scherer 24th through 28th. Dave Voicema fortunate not to pick up any more damage than he did after the contact with JR Deal. He's currently 17th, still in the lead lap. He's ahead of Margison, who's just gotten the lucky dog, I believe, up to the 20th spot. Now he can move forward and actually make meaningful passes. Should get the lights out here. And we do, so 1 lap from getting back under green. Have 8 to go when we turn them loose. I believe Wilson's pushing his teammate Wolfenbarger for fun. Only non-playoff trucks, 1st and 5th. That blue 56 and the white, blue, and black 63. I don't know why I said Travis. The orange and blue Tide truck. Those are the 2. The Napa and the Tide are not in playoffs. Everybody else in the top 10 in that playoff hunt. Things are getting intense. 8 laps to go here from Iowa. Frisbie Racing Truck Series, presented by the Wannagoons. And there goes our pace truck. 8 laps to go. Lowell and Wolfenbarger. Lowell gets the jump on the inside line. I think Lowell just keeps mixing it up just to see what he can do. Gets the jump on the field. Side by side is Wilson and 97 of Hoytsma. Wilson returned to sender. Same thing Hoytsma did to Wilson on the last restart. Wolfenbarger going to send it down low. Try to get a run on Hayden here. Not quite able to get that side draft on him. First battle now is back at Harrell and Graves. Graves trying to power around the outside. He'll get past the Tide ride, pick up a spot, move to 7th. He said he tried to get to the top 5. He said he qualified well, so I figured he had some short run speed. And long runs might be where his trouble is. Blake Giglio is trying to get right to Travis Martin. So the top few trucks have some separation, but Giglio trying to put the moves on here. Drops to the inside of the Ghost Man. He's trying to move that Kenworth up into the top 5. Didn't quite get him clear. Oh, that looked like the 05 Gatlin Downing and Cliff Mullins made a little contact. Mike Fish to the inside, non-playoff truck, trying to make his way into the party. Looks like he has Mullins clear, but Mullins back to the top side, bounces it off the wall. That'll give Fisher the spot he was looking for. Lowell's already cleared a half second on Wolfenbarger. Wolfenbarger Wilson nose to tail. Hoytsman rides fourth, and Martin and Giglio. Daddy Dave's gotten by Quinn Newton for a spot. Here goes Martison. Finally back on a lead lap. He's moved up 3 spots to 17th. Trying to get another one here. Cody Brown's out of shape. Travis Martin's around. One of our playoff contenders late in the race when it matters most. The 63 is gone around. What happened to Travis? He's right there with Blake. Oh no. And Martin does the 10/10 move. Spins it out of 4. Blake tried to stay off him. Actually loses some spots trying to stay away from him. 10/10 in turn 4 has not gone well tonight. Poor Travis. Travis falls all the way to 19th. Travis is one of those guys you just want to root for because he's just so darn nice. But just unfortunate. Late in the race, hard to recover. We're going to be in a green-white checker situation now. Brad Wilson way down low in the backstretch. Sure, Lola's faking to pit road here. Nobody's going to pit on a green white checker unless they're last. Lapper's going to pit. No, he's not. Travis is, because he is last on a lead lap. Nothing at all to lose. Come down, bolt on a set of tires if he's got them. Try to make up some ground in green white checker. I don't think he got any damage unless Blake touched his left rear after he'd already gotten around. See if we get the sides popping up on here, and we do. So he's going to bolt on a set of tires and try to recover from 19th. John Neckrich gets back on the lead lap. That truck has rear end damage on the left side. Matt Benke, the only truck 1 lap down now, the 35 Victoria's Secret truck, and Daniel Awalin 3 laps down. I don't think Daniel's going to get back on the lead lap. Don't have enough green white checkers to get to that point, thankfully. Well, let's go chat with someone else. Enjoy our time here under the cautions. We got an Andrew we can talk to. He's riding 8th. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, buddy?
Ah, dude, we're pretty good. Can't really complain. Trying to manage where we're at here.
You're up in there in the 8th spot. You're having a good time. The last time I interviewed somebody under caution in the 8th spot, they moved up in the field, so you know you got a good chance here.
Hey, you know what? If that works for me, I'll give you a big old kiss. If it doesn't, I'll come yell at you later.
And then give me a kiss.
And then on that big old 18-hour stream, I'll have to come yell at you for a bit.
I'm sure you'll have some time in there somewhere to give me an earful.
Absolutely, as it should be. How's that been going this week?
It's been pretty hit or miss. You know, a lot of people are not racing tonight, so they're not paying a whole lot of attention. But you know, the people that have been around, it's been nice.
Absolutely, I'm glad to hear it.
All hail the beach is what Ian is saying.
Hell yeah! Just gonna try and move our way forward here. Gonna be green white checkered, first of 3 attempts here. We've had more of a long run truck. It's really just been playing defense on these fresh tires. We've never been one to really just have that raw outright speed. So gonna do the best that we can, sitting 6th based on playoff drivers. So just put together 4 solid weeks here and try and make it to that round of 4.
Cream definitely rising to the top tonight. So many playoff drivers up there in that top 10 right now. It has to be pretty cool to be a part of, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to actually make a playoffs. I think out of the 5 that we started the season, we're in 2. So
10-4. How many other one with you?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
hopefully we can have a good battle and we can quit wrecking each other.
Now, how would we do that?
You know, you got a point.
It's no fun then.
I agree. You know, we just need to get out dead last and just start playing bumper cars.
Shit, yeah. We'll bring Cliff with us.
Yeah, well, he'll be in the back with us, so
exactly.
Ain't gotta bring him far.
We're all those guys that need long runs, and you know, short runs we're just not going to have the speed. Is how it is. We know our limitations. All right, bud. Good luck
Yes,
here.
sir. Thank you very
71 of Andrew Beach giving us a quick chat. Let's see if we get lights out. Might be early. Oh, it's right. Right on time. Right on time. All right, we got 20 trucks back on the lead lap. John Neckrich, the last of those in the number 26. And then there is Travis Martin. Just went around on this last caution. He's got fresh tires. Restarting 19th. How far can he go in 2 laps? Or do we have another green-white checker? That'd be the best case scenario, I think, for Travis, is to get some more chaos since he's already back there. Can't really go much farther backwards. He can only lose 3 spots. So I think chaos would work out well for the Ghost Man. Hayden's chosen top. Wolfenberger Wilson to his inside. Pace truck heads off, and here we go. Lowell gets the jump. Not as good as the jumps he's been getting, but still gets enough. Wolfenberger clears Hoytsma. Moves up the track to give Wilson the inside. That might be a little too much teammate love there as he tries to keep Lucas from passing Wilson. Now this time goes back down to the bottom. Lucas can get a good run, and we hear tires screaming in the background. Do we get the caution? We do. Caution before the white. Chris Wold and John Neckrich are around. Running outside, or in the middle, inside Clapper Newell. Travis Martin there just ahead. And there's contact with Clapper Newell. 84 then spins it out. Comes down, collects 26. 26 gets up on 2 wheels. And that puts us under another caution. And this is best case scenario for Travis Martin. He moved up 2 spots. Now he gets another shot at it. 2 more laps to try and move up. The long run guys. What are you doing? Had a week off. Making up for lost time. Well, things largely unchanged up front. Hoytsma, Giglio rounding out your top 5, then Grant Harrell, Casey Graves, Andrew Beach, Mike Fish, Cliff Mullins. Cliff went the wrong direction on this one. Gatlin Downey, Cody Brown, TJ Floyd. TJ having a nice recovery. He was mired way back in the field for a large part of this race, and here he finds himself 13th, trying to make a nice recovery on his playoff effort. Daddy Dave, we saw him spin. He's still in the top half of the field, running 14th. Margison back on the lead lap, up to 15th now. Got Quinn Newton 16th, and Travis Martin, he's trying to battle back here. Picked up 2 spots on that last green-white checker as a wreck was 2 trucks ahead of him. Clapper Newell and Chris Wold went around. John Neckrich, he has damage on that right front after getting up on 2 wheels. Contact from Chris Wold. I believe Matt Benke should be the lucky dog. Should. iRacing does iRacing things sometimes. Well, maybe not. Matt, are you lucky dog?
No, I got hit by the 84.
Son of a beanstalk, so Daniel got the wave around.
Yeah.
How disappointing.
It is horribly disappointing.
Thought you're getting a fresh lease on life, and then now it got taken away. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. I hope they do it again.
Alright. See if we go to that 3rd green-white checker. That's your only hope to get back on the lead lap. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Matt Benke in the 35. Giving us the reason he apparently made contact with the 84. Where are you leaving me, John? Aw, man. And here comes the Quicksilver Harvick machine again. One of the favorite throwbacks I've ever run. Love that paint scheme. Drivers up front probably getting kind of bored riding around under caution. These shine guys are goofy. Never know when one of them's going to turn the other one under caution. See who else we can chat with. I'm enjoying having chat time with our drivers. Don't see that one. Don't see that one. Don't see that one. If you guys not in chat. I think Cody's the next one. Hi, Cody.
Hey, what's up?
Not a whole lot. I know you're a fan of this track. How's it going so far?
It's going pretty good. I mean, we've kind of threw all the, I guess, the friendly driving for the season out the window tonight, but it's going pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, so far nothing tonight's been all that surprising.
I mean, it's been a pretty good race. We had a couple of green flag runs, now we've had a bunch of yellows. I mean, I guess it's been a show, right?
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to put on some racing entertainment. You're riding, what, 12th right now? Looks like it's been an interesting night. You think you can get up into the top 10?
I'm going to try. I'm going to try my hardest.
10-4, give that old Toyota a send, see where you end up.
Thanks.
Cody Brown in the 14, league manager here, so we got a little bit of a look into his thoughts as the pace truck heads off. It's going to be Lowell and Wolfenbarger front row once again. Hayden gets the early jump. Wilson did not get going very good. That's going to actually allow Hoytsma to get third spot easily. Wilson had a bit of an issue on that restart. Blake Giglio trying to get Grant Harrell here. Oh, someone sideways is TJ Floyd. Playoff contender TJ Floyd, who's having such a good recovery. And he spins it out. We stay green. And that's going to allow us to get the white flag. Blake Giglio is in the middle of a 3-wide battle. Casey Graves, Grant Harrell. 51 of Wilson, all right there. Blake full send through the middle. This is way more entertaining than Hayden being all by himself out front, so let's just watch this for a bit. Blake full send on that inside lane. He's going to push it up into Wilson a little bit. Hayden's going to come off and get the win. Then Wolfenbarger Hoytsma. There's Grant Harrell getting turned. Brad Wilson will get fourth. Blake Giglio fifth. Andrew Beach sixth. Mike Fisher 7th, Cliff Mullins 8th, Harrell finishes backwards in 9th, Cody Brown 10th, and Casey Graves falls all the way out of the top 10 down to 11th. Tough finish for Casey Graves, but Hayden Lowell is your winner tonight. Had so much speed, nobody could really touch him. Shine Guys gave it a shot, came up a little short. Beach coming to give his C2X counterpart a door swipe. I think Hayden's technically independent, but he's been hanging out with them in chat. And they're going to do burnouts together. Let's go grab Hayden real quick. Hayden, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Swiss.
All right, first of all, I want to know, did you hit anything really hard? Did you lose any weight out of the truck? I don't want to, phrase you too soon.
Not as far as I'm aware. I didn't hit a turtle. I think maybe I brushed the wall once in the first run off with 2, but nothing that should bring this thing more than 17 pounds underweight.
All right, so we saw Andrew Beach celebrating with you.
The wall there. Oh,
yep.
Shit.
Now you got a problem.
There it is.
We saw Beach celebrating with you, and we know how Beach's early celebrations can be sometimes. So we went ahead and made sure to check with you. Yeah.
Ouch.
Sometimes you just really need an ally out there.
Ouch.
Well, we got the win here at Iowa. How's it feel to get the win in one of your favorite tracks?
Oh, I love this track. I love that you can move around and everything. Been a really good track to me. Really, really good track to me in SRL. I think I've got like one loss here. But yeah, once you kind of learn the setup and the tires get warm, it felt really nice and kind of chilled out and saved my tires and made it to that. Did we put under green? Yeah, we put under green, which was pretty cool. And Lucas was ahead of me right there when that caution came out, and I thought, oh boy, here we go. We lost control. And I don't know what happened to him in pit road, but got control of the race again and kind of cruised from there and sweat through some green-white checkers and brought home our first truck win of the season on a part-time season, defending our championship. So had to bring it out for Iowa, had to keep the streak going, and glad we can park this thing in Iowa's victory lane.
Well, do you want to go back and watch from the replay, or do you want me to spoil it for you? What happened to Lucas?
I heard something about you didn't like curved pit lanes. I don't know.
He overshot his box trying to get into the pit box quickly.
Lucas.
Yep, that be what happened. All right, well, congrats.
That's probably what the Christmas card comment is. Damn it, I'm slow.
Glad you caught up.
Eventually.
Glad you caught up,
We got
buddy.
there eventually.
All right, well, congrats. Jeez. Congrats on the win tonight. Winning in the playoffs, spoiling the playoff party. Just about everybody behind you is a playoff contender, so had to feel good to knock off all the contenders there.
Indeed, it did. Like I said, won the championship last season. Kind of stepped back a little bit from a bunch of iRacing and focusing on Fridays, IndyCar, and GT3. But fun to come around on the weekdays and run on some fun tracks and get some wins.
Sam 4, congrats on that. Get on out of here. Enjoy your win, and we'll see you in the, well, I don't know, next week, I guess, because you're not running tomorrow.
Yeah, so screw the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs, I guess. Damn.
Yeah, get on out of here. We don't care about them.
All right, bye, Swiss.
All right. I'm going to say Napa for you. They can do the rest.
Napa, Auto Parts, Arc Music, Madigan Motorsports, C2X. I was in there tonight. Fun hanging out with those guys. You Swiss for putting on the broadcast. Candy Frisbie and those guys for sponsoring our truck series. And it's Cody Brown for trucks, right?
It's sad that you have to ask me. Yes.
Cody Brown. I think Travis does some stuff here. So big thanks to all those guys for putting on our truck league. And thanks for everyone for coming out and watching and racing.
Stand for it. Now get out of here and leave me alone.
All right, bye.
To Hayden Law. Getting the win tonight. I'll go find that 32 of Wolfenberger. I think he's still in his chat. No, Bradley's down there. Where's Wolfie? Did Wolfie move? He's in the waiting room. One of them's in the waiting room, one of them's not. Gotta love it. Well, let's have a chat with Mr. Wolfenberger. Hi.
What is up, man?
Not a whole lot. We brought it home P2 tonight. That had to be kind of fun. How was it out there?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Nice to get a P2 and be the first playoff driver, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Didn't think we were going to do that great. I usually don't like Iowa that much, but didn't wreck and stayed up front the most of the time and held off all those ground checkers and got second. So I will take it. And
Like you and Brad were working pretty good on all those restarts. Was there any kind of teammate orders there to try and work together, or was it just every man for himself and it looked like you were working together?
I mean, it was a mix of both. We knew we're kind of getting stuck with Hayden picking the top, or where he picked the bottom once, I think, to stay with Lucas. So it was kind of just whatever he did, just hopefully we can get a good restart. And even though I was stuck on the inside most of the time, I could barely see him. It seems like every time I got a pretty good restart. And that last one, Bradley, don't know what happened there. Either missed a shift or just rev bombed a little bit, which is tough because we were thought maybe he'd get past Hoytsman and both of us get top threes, but overall, all the restarts were pretty good and nice to top it off for the P2.
All right. Well, thanks for being in the waiting room. It definitely helps me out. I don't have to work as hard. Appreciate that. Thanks for the effort you put in.
I was like, man, that interview's taking a long time. Hope he sees me in here.
Yeah, Hayden talks a lot. You know how he is. And then I get to talking a lot because he talks a lot, and then it's just a whole thing. You get the friends, family sponsor shout-outs for us tonight. That P2 finish.
Yeah, Shenandoah Shine, Mooncar, K Designs for the paints.
Hang on. If you're going to do Mooncar, you have to yell it.
Mooncar!
No, the way he does it on the resubs. Come on.
I can't do it like that.
You can't do Mooncar! It's not even that hard.
Yeah, I know.
God, come on, Garrett. Jeez.
K Designs, thanks Brantley for the paint. Kind of wish he was racing tonight, but he chickened out. I don't know what he was doing. Brandon, Wall Minute Photography, for taking screenshots and all that good stuff. You for broadcasting all season?
I thought we agreed no more Brandon shoutouts until he comes and runs with us.
Oh, my bad. I kind of forgot about that.
Come on, Brandon.
Never mind, Brandon.
You suck, Brandon.
Don't take screenshots. You for broadcasting all season. We're deep into this thing, so appreciate you doing this all season. And then everyone for running these leagues and you for running the other ones. And yeah, it's been a blast. And hopefully we don't die at Talladega next week.
Did you see Brad in the chat?
Yeah, fuck you, Brandon.
Perfect. All right, congrats on the P2 run. And we'll get on out of here. And I'm sure we'll see you tomorrow or at least next week.
Yeah, you'll see us tomorrow.
All right.
No, actually, maybe not. No, that's a lie. I lied again. Gosh,
See?
I'm going to see World of Outlaws tomorrow. They're in Chicago.
All these lies. Well, maybe we'll make Brad do it then.
Oh, well, maybe he might be there if you convince him. But I'll be here Monday for sure. I'll be here Monday.
Bud. We'll see you next week. Good luck.
Yep, thanks.
And go grab Lucas Hoytsman in the 97. Lucas, DG, got that copy?
Yep.
Well, you're the highest finishing Ford tonight. That has to feel good. Your second highest finishing playoff truck, so at least Hayden's not spoiling your playoff fun. And how was it out there?
Yeah, it was a pretty safe race for me. I had that lucky caution come out. I think it would have been a much different race for me if it hadn't. Yeah, I definitely got lucky with a few things tonight. And I mean, that one pit road thing, I was just, you know, I heard my guy call out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I turned in on 1. That's not ideal. If you hadn't realized. So
Definitely not.
Yeah, luckily I just backed up and somehow I was able to pit on the corner of the box, so that was lucky. And came out third, which was just fine for me because I was saving tire anyway. I probably would have fell that far back if I had stayed out in the lead anyway. And yeah, it was just a good night. Third, I will definitely take, especially with my points lead. So, you know, just a safe night. It's with the competition in these series now. I have to play it safe. I got to sit there and actually be conscious of the risks I'm putting in. So tonight was really just staying in a good spot and making sure I don't make any dumb mistakes.
And there's no win in your ends. It's very different for you this time around. You have to actually be in the top 4 in points at the end of 4 weeks. So how does that change your racing?
Absolutely changes everything. Instead of going out there making stupid, dumb moves to try to win the race and knowing, you know, I got next week to try to win again or get a good day. This time it's you get one last place finish or sub 20. You could have screwed yourself the rest of the playoff round. So yeah, it's definitely changes a lot of things. But
do you like the new challenge, or you wish it would go back?
Right now I think it saves us from a lot of headaches with stupid moves in racing. So yeah, I think it is a good move.
It's in 4. Well, congrats on a strong run tonight. You got the Friends Family Sponsor shout outs for that podium finish.
Yep, just a big shout out to you for doing the broadcasting, Frisbie and Wanagoons and everybody who puts this on. Cody as well. 712 breaks, M9 Performance, and everybody who raced tonight. It was a fun one.
10-4. You make sure Blake Giglio goes to that garage and fixes that truck he wrecked after this race, all right?
Oh, yeah. He blew my motor. We got to fix that for the next week. We were bringing it out there.
Terrible. All right. Well, good luck getting that truck ready for next week, and we'll see you soon.
See you, man.
Lucas Logan brings it home third. Let's go ahead and look at our final results from tonight so we can get on out of here. Hayden Lowell, obviously your winner. Get our results page pulled up here. Hayden with the win. Wolfenberger and Hoytsman on the podium. Then Brad Wilson and Blake Giglio rounding out the top 5. Andrew Beach, Mike Fish, Cliff Mullins, Grant Harrell, Cody Brown, your top 10. Then we have Casey Graves, Gatlin Downey, Zach Margison, Dave Hoytsman, Travis Martin, Quinn Newton, Clapper Newell, Chris Wold, John Neckrich, and TJ Floyd. And our final group, Matt Benke, Daniel Wallen, J.R. Deal, Mike Edwards, Scott Rankin, Jake Lawrence, Jay Munch, and Jeremy Scherer. So it'll be an uphill battle for some of our playoff contenders, but most people were able to make a decent recovery, and no one finished too far behind. I think our lowest finisher was TJ Floyd in 20th, and he had that late spin, so unfortunate for him. But he actually rebounded from still being like 25th to 28th early in the race, so good for him still to bounce back. Thanks to all of our admins, Cody Brown on this truck series, and all of our other admins in the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Thanks to Frisbie Racing and the Wanagoons for sponsoring this series. Appreciate them helping us put on the broadcasting. And we appreciate each and every one of you for watching tonight. Thank you so very much, and we'll see you back here next week. We do have one final broadcast this week, which is going to be Golden Eagle Syrup Super Speedway Series. We have a makeup race to bring you tomorrow with the Legacy Xfinity cars. That'll be a good time, and then we get the playoffs going in earnest. Obviously, this was our first playoff race of the season. Everyone else gets going next week. We have 1 week early because of Halloween, so we'll be back at it next week in full. We appreciate each and every one of you. Get those playoff banners on there if you're a driver in the playoffs, and we appreciate you. We'll see you next week. That ends the YouTube. Now we're just over on the Twitch stream. Anybody have anything they want to check out in replay that's not in the caution, let us know.